Do you ever feel like you're meant to do more in life, but maybe you're just putting it off? That you aren't making time for it? See, 4 months ago, I woke up in the middle of the night with a whole screenplay in my head. The characters, the plot line, the setting, the vibe, everything. Had everything mapped out. And I wrote everything down in my phone. It took me like an hour just to get all the stuff written down. And then the next day I woke up after going back to sleep and I started thinking like, how the hell am I gonna write a screenplay? So the problem was I had no idea how to write a screenplay. I had no idea what it took. I had no idea how I would get it produced. I had no idea how to even write the script. So I was in a bit of a pickle. I was torn. Hello. Just on a walk here with the local Lombok people. Yeah, so the problem was I had no idea what I was doing. But I had this idea, but I didn't know how to bring it to life. And that's when all of the doubts, all the doubts crept in. I started thinking, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know what I'm doing. What if it doesn't work? What if I don't know how to sell this? What if it doesn't work out? And so I parked it. I just put it to the side and sat on it. It just ended up just becoming notes in my phone for the last 4 months. And it was on New Year's Eve actually when something happened. One of my good friends, and we've done work together, he was a client, Connor, he came to stay at the place where I was living, our villa in Bali, for a few days that I was there. And instead of having a drink or anything, we just smoked cigars and spoke about 2016. And we were talking about business, we were talking about, what we want to do this year. And that's when he asked me a question that basically changed everything for me. That set me off on this new direction. And he said to me, yeah, Dan, I know you're a great writer and I know you're writing VSL sales pages for people and coaching people and stuff, but what do you really want to do? And I sort of just looked at him for a minute. I was like, wow. The words just fell straight out of my mouth. I want to write screenplays, I told him. But I have no idea how to get that thing made. I have no idea how to even write a screenplay. And that's when he said, look, listen, my auntie is one of the wealthiest people I know, and she's just finished art school. She's just finished art school. And she told me that it's often the things that you don't think makes any money that ends up making the most. And so that kind of put my mind at ease about the whole how is it going to work? How am I going to make money from this dream? But that wasn't really what it was about. That wasn't the most profound thing. The most profound thing was that he helped me give myself permission to do this thing, to actually bring this thing to life, despite not having a plan, despite not knowing how it worked, despite not having any idea what I was doing. Something that I needed, to be honest with you, because I was putting this thing off. And that's when I decided, all right, well maybe I should just commit first and then the plan will come. So I decided to commit that day. New Year's Day I woke up and I was like, right, I'm committing to this. I'm going to tell you exactly how I planned to make this thing, bring this thing to life, and how I have been bringing this thing to life in just a minute. But the real question is, why screenplays? Just gonna sort of sidetrack here a little bit, or not sidetrack, I think this is an important point. Why screenplays? And for me, I've been telling stories on this YouTube channel, on my newsletter, with my brand. I've built a whole personal brand on Twitter and little one on YouTube. I've got a newsletter going, and really storytelling has always been a skill of mine, and I've leveraged it to build my brand and to help other people build their brands, build communities, six-figure communities, help my clients scale to six-figure months. That's a lie. Multi-five-figure months. Not yet, not six figures yet. And that was a weird thing to say. And I was like, okay, so stories are a strong suit for me, but like, how much impact do I realistically have right now? I was like, I'm kind of limited by my reach. And here's why I think stories are super important, not just for building brands, not just for making money, but also just having impact. Like if I had to simplify it, the reason why screenplays and why stories is because of impact. Think about it, right? Disney basically educated a whole generation of people, because here's the thing, stories, this is why Jesus only spoke to people in parables. Stories help people understand things. Oh, there's a little bit of work going on here and there's some flooding up ahead, so I'm going to turn around. People don't accept ideas, lessons and teachings very easily. If you tell them what to do, they'll just resist you. They'll just resist it and they'll be like, no, don't tell me what to do. But if you tell them a story, people find it, it's a bit windy now, stay with me. People put themselves in the middle of the story. They identify the character, and you can lead people to realizations and lessons and wisdom with stories. If you think about it, all religion is a story. All religions are stories, right? And I don't think there's anything on the planet, on the face of the planet, that has inspired behavior change at scale, influenced behavior at scale than religion. And it's all just a story. History is a story. Marketing is a story. You think about the iPhone, you think about Apple. Steve Jobs famously said, the most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. He was a storyteller. So storytellers rule the world. And so I thought, rather than sounding like some crazy dictator, I can help people, I can coach people, I can help people with their writing, their personal brand, making money, etc. It's all cool and that, blah, 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 blah. But how am I gonna inspire behavior change at scale? How am I actually gonna, sounds cheesy, but change the world if I just limit myself to the confines of my own brand and even just my clients, as much as I love them? Like, we can do more, we can go bigger. So if we wanna change behavior at scale, which ultimately changes the world, because if you can create internal transformation in people for them to change their behavior to live better lives, like religion aimed to do and has done very, very well with certain caveats and problems that have come with that. But anyway, don't want to get into that. You have to tell stories. And I thought, if I can get stories that have that create meaningful internal transformation in people, rather than telling them what to do, I'll show them how to live better lives. And so I think the big screen, TV, video, or at least TV, streaming, movies, is where that skill and where that dream and where that passion and where that goal needs to be exercised. So that's a little bit of why stories. Stories are the most powerful things in the world for creating meaningful, lasting change in people. And so I've got a few notes here. I guess the point that I need to lead you to now is, well, I want to quickly tell you a quote, because that's what the next part is about. How did I start taking action towards getting my stories on the big screen, writing the screenplay that I came up with? And there's a great quote that I love from Rumi. And it says, as you start to walk the way appears. And what that means is I knew I just had to start taking action. I had to start doing something. I had to start building, right? And I knew just from building things in the past, anything meaningful I've built, what I've done is I've allocated 1 hour a day at the beginning of my day, before I even touch my business, to the most meaningful project I'm trying to build. In the past, that was actually business-related stuff. Building offers, building new content frameworks, etc. Stuff for my clients, lead magnets, blah, 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 blah. Stuff that's not really particularly relevant to this video. right now. It's not as meaningful as what I'm trying to share. And 1 hour a day. I said, I'm just going to put aside 1 hour a day, because as my friend Connor, who I just spoke about, one of his favorite things to say, one of his favorite quotes, catchphrases, if you don't make a sacrifice for what you want will become the sacrifice. So I had to change my routine a little bit. Decided first hour of every day before I even touch my business, I'm going to write this screenplay. I'm going to build this screenplay out. I'm going to build this world. I'm going to build the product, essentially. I'm going to get it built and created. So I made that commitment, 1 hour a day before anything. And this has worked for me in the past, and it'll work for you as well if you want to employ this, if there's something you want to build. But crucially, like really, really importantly here, is that even with this 1 hour block a day, I still get my workday done in 3 to 4 hours. It's all about focus. I focus on the screenplay for 1 hour. Then I move on to focusing on my newsletter, my content, stuff like this. Publishing things, getting my marketing done for my business. Then I spend another hour doing client fulfillment, and if there's any sort of spillover tasks, calls or etc., I'll add that on. And we end up with about 4 hours of work a day. So walking in Bali, walking in Lombok right now, it's pretty good when you get to enjoy the sun here, you get to enjoy the lifestyle. I have time to do what I want. I have time to surf, I have time to go to the gym, I have time to socialize, I have time to enjoy this place and build my business around that while getting my screenplay written. It's pretty cool. So that's why the 1 hour a day thing is a powerful concept which has transformed my life in a huge way. So the question you're probably asking yourself is, what happened since I committed, right? We're 3 weeks into January, we're about 3 weeks in now. We're exactly 23 days in, which means I've been committed to this path, this dream, 1 hour a day. I've written this thing 1 hour a day for the last 3 weeks. And what actually happened? What's happened since then? What has happened since I committed? I'm running out of a road here. There's a lot of squeaky bikes. What happened when I committed? And the short answer is crazy synchronicities. Luck. Luck has just happened to find me, really, since I started this in just 3 weeks. So the first bit of luck is I told my friend Mark, so me and Mark, we meet up every week on Zoom or Google Meets just to chat. He's a musician. We worked together in the past. And I told him about this idea. And he loved it. And he told me, do you know anyone in the film industry? And I said, no, I'll be honest, I don't. That's definitely a roadblock. And he turned around and he said to me, funny, one of my best friends is in film. He builds film projects. He's spent time in California. Would you like me to set up a call with him? And I was like, hell fucking yeah, like 100%. So just like that, within sort of moments of even sharing this idea with him, he had a call lined up for me, and I had a calendar notification in my emails within 10 minutes of that conversation. And a few days later I met with him, his friend Kevin, really cool dude, made films in California. So that's number one, right? I'm already now connected with people in the industry because of just building this thing, sharing the idea that I've created. And when you're excited, here's an important thing, when you're excited about the thing you're creating, people love helping people that are obsessed, that are loving what they're doing, that are enjoying what they're doing, because there's an energy to it. It's like, oh fuck, this person's really going for it. And people want to help, really. The next thing is my friend Matt. So I met up with my friend Matt. He's also a musician. There's a theme here. These people are creative people, like to help creative people out. So network is huge. But I went for some dinner with him, and Matt turned around to me and said, mate, you know what? I know someone in London where it's obviously a massive film scene, and he creates TV series, like TV shows. Like, I should put you in touch with him. So these things are just kind of happening, like luck is just kind of finding me as I walk the path, as Rumi said. If you walk the way appears. So I'm like, my mind's kind of blown. I'm like, it's already happening. We're 3 weeks in, it's already happening. And so the lesson here is hopefully quite clear. Rumi's quote says it great, but I also want to share a take from Earl Nightingale, who's just a fantastic philosopher, thinker, motivational speaker from like literally like 1950s, 60s. And he famously said, you can have anything you want in life if you're willing to pay the price. He said, do what the greats have done since before the dawn of civilization have done. Pay the price. 1 hour a day. 1 hour a day is the price. And he also said, nothing can resist a will that will stake even existence for its fulfillment. Which basically means, if you commit and you say there's nothing that's going to stop me, I'm going to dedicate 1 hour a day and I'm just going to keep building and building and building and creating, there's nothing that can stop you if you just hold your goal before you. So that's it. 1 hour a day is all it takes. Just put that time aside, make the sacrifice, pay the price. You'll be amazed what happens when you start committing. The synchronicities, the luck, the people that want to help you on your mission, it just happens. The energy that you get from building the thing you're meant for is unrivaled. So start messy, start scared, start doubtful, but most importantly, just start. Just start. So where do we go from here? Well, what I've realized, and this is something that I want you to understand here, is that if you're a creator and you have a dream like I do, and you want to build your business without sacrificing your dreams, you want to build your dreams without sacrificing your business, you need to play it smart. You need to have a plan. And one thing I've noticed is most creators fall into two camps. First of all, you have what I call the work all day crowd. These people hustle non-stop. They work 12, 16-hour days. I've done it. I've been there myself. And they think more work is going to result in more results, more output. And what they don't realize is they're actually just kind of burning themselves out. They're running themselves down, which actually Earl Nightingale said is one of the things you shouldn't do. They're running themselves down and they're wondering why they're not getting results. I've been there. Hello. The second camp is what I call the winging it crowd. So these people, what they do is they post ad hoc. They have no structure, they have no plan. They simply just create when they feel like it and hope that leads come in if they're selling coaching or if they're selling an offer. Hope that the leads come in, the sales come in, and they don't really have any plan to make it happen. Hello. Getting all sorts of people saying hello to me. It's literally like walking through a neighborhood here. And I've seen this can work. Like, this can work. I have a client right now who is running this kind of system. Well, it's not even a system, was running this kind of setup. The ad hoc posting, the hope you go viral and get leads, the chasing followers. But here's the thing, it doesn't work for long. It's not sustainable, it's not predictable. But the thing with these two camps is they both have the same problem. And that problem is they have no predictable system to reliably and predictably bring in new sales, new clients, day after day, week after week. That's why one of them is burning themselves out. The other one is hitting and hoping. And these are the two camps I see the most. There's not many people in the third camp, which is the successful camp, which are those who have a system that enables them to reliably, predictably bring in clients, bring in sales day after day, month after month, and do it without working all day. And so that's why, and this is exciting, that's why I'm excited to tell you about the 3-Hour Creator. So next week, I'm opening up 5 beta testing spots for the 3-Hour Creator. So that's where I'll help you turn your 4-figure audience into 5 to 10K a month, working just 3 hours a day, following the same kind of system that I teased earlier, so that you can work less and earn more. So if you're interested in building a 90% profit revenue stream with just 3 hours a day, so you can live more, work less, build your dream without sacrificing your business, then I'm going to be sending out some emails about this next week. So you need to be on my list if you're interested in hearing about that offer, if you're interested in applying to that offer and being a part of this community, this idea that I'm trying to bring to life to help creators like you get more out of your time, have more time for yourself, work less, live more, build the dream without sacrificing the business, without sacrificing the money. So if you're interested in that, I encourage you to sign up to my Substack, which is down below. There's a link down below. If you join that list, there's currently 800 people on that list. I will tell you everything that's going on with the 3-Hour Creator, and you'll be able to get one of those exclusive 5 spots. And here's the last thing I'll say about the 3-Hour Creator. Because I'm beta testing this is going to be cheap. I don't want to use the word cheaper, that's a terrible word. This is going to be a fraction of the cost of what I usually charge for any of my products, any of my programs, because you're going to be building this with me. So I need your help as much as you need mine. It's a win-win, and you're going to be with a group of other people on the same mission as you, other creators that are looking to build something meaningful, looking to work less, earn more, and essentially get paid for being themselves. That is what this is all about. So if you're interested in that, link down below, hit that subscribe button to hear more about that. Like I said, there's only 5 spots, one spot's already taken. I don't want to make this a show, I don't want to make this too much of a pitch. So just join that list down below. That's it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.